Yo, what's up guys, welcome back to another video. This is a reaction to moving to Minnesota, 10 things to know. Now, this is a state that I've not really ever looked into. What I could say about the state, about what I know about it, are that it's cold in the winter. It gets very, very cold and snowy. And honestly, I think that's it. I don't know much about Minnesota, to be honest. It's probably my least known state. Like, I don't even know what the scenery is like there. Yeah, I definitely need to know more. So yeah, hopefully this video does that because I want to know more. But yeah, I couldn't really tell you what like Minnesota even looks like, other than like how it looks in the winter when it's just like very, very snowy. But we're gonna check this out. Hopefully, going to enjoy. If you're from Minnesota, let me know if this is a video that sort of represents your city well, your state well, not your city. And if it's not, I guess suggest another video that I could do that does the state more justice than this. But we're gonna check this out and see things that we should know, and hopefully things that are pretty cool about this state.
What are the top 10 things that you need to know before moving to Minnesota? I'm Joe with Great Oak Properties here in the Twin Cities. And if
Hey,
you're
Joe.
considering a move here, you've got to stick around. You've got to hear all of this. Number
Okay,
one,
Joe.
we love our seasons. We have all 4 of them here, but the biggest and longest one is probably our winters. We are the coldest of the top 50 metros in the United States. So it does get cold here, but we embrace the winters. We love it. We have between 36 and 70 inches of snowfall each year. So we're not the snowiest of areas. Some winters are snowier than others, but it is a cold state. You have got to learn to bundle up, be warm. It is part of what makes a Minnesotan a Minnesotan. We're hardy. We get out in the winters. We go on these tiny little houses in the middle of lakes and fish in the middle of the winter. It's kind of crazy. But we also love our summers. Our summers are jam-packed with so much to do here. They're not as long as other summers, so we squeeze a whole lot into every one of them. Number 2, Minneapolis and St. Paul are actually called the Twin Cities. There's about 3.5 million people that live in the Twin Cities, and we are the 16th largest metro in the United States. St. Paul is kind of the sleepy little sister of Minneapolis. If you want a little bit more lively life, Minneapolis is the place to go. If you want a little bit more laid back hometown feel, St. Paul is for you. And then there's all the surrounding suburbs. Every single one of those is different. Stick around on other videos. We'll tell you all about those as well. Number 3, our economy here is really good. As of August of 2022, our unemployment rate was 1.
I do wonder like what the main sort of source of income is in this state, because I guess farming, you can't really do that for like, we can't do it all year round because it's so snowy. And then like, would it be like mining? Would it be to do with like engineering? I don't really know what sort of thing will drive the economy here, because I don't really know how you'd be able to sort of do certain jobs such as, again, farming throughout the whole year. You probably couldn't.
0.9, which is one of the lowest in the nation. We have over 19 Fortune 500 companies here, and it is a big reason that many people move here, is simply relocation for work. Best Buy, General Mills, 3M. I mean, there is so many of these big corporations here. It is part of what keeps our economy so strong. Number 4, we're a really smart state. We actually have the number 6th ranked public school system in all of the United States. There is such good public schools around here that many people opt to not put their kids into private school and opt to live in one of the communities that has some of these phenomenal public schools. Number 5, our parks and trail systems. Minneapolis and St. Paul are actually both ranked in the top 5 in the country for the best parks and trails. A little known fact, 98% of Minneapolis residents and 99% of St. Paul residents all live within a 10-minute walk to a park. Now, I love the outdoors. I love our summers. I love enjoying these parks. I love going out and visiting them with my son and taking our electric bikes out and finding as many different ones as we can. It's kind of a little summer adventure that we've done, and we have a lot of parks. We've not even come close to finding them all. Number 6, the Minnesota state bird is the loon. But in Minnesota, we actually consider the mosquito our real Minnesota state bird.
Is there a lot of mosquitoes there?
See, we have over 10,000 lakes here. Actually, 11,850.
I guess that's what brings mosquitoes, right? I already just thought because it gets so cold. I guess it gets warm here. It probably gets really hot during the summer, so that probably balances itself out. Damn, wouldn't have assumed there was a lot of mosquitoes here, but it does make sense with lakes and stuff.
Two, I believe. So we have a lot of bodies of water. So there's a lot of breeding grounds for these mosquitoes. And if you're out in the summer, you got to make sure you have a little bit of protection for these mosquitoes. There's a lot of things that you can do that are very natural, holistic, earth friendly. You don't need to be spraying yourself with a ton of off or anything like that. But we do have a lot of mosquitoes here, and they can disrupt some of your summer plans. Number 7.
I hate mosquitoes, so yeah, and they hate me as well. I've noticed when I go anywhere where they're about, they hate me. Well, they love me, but they hate me. They want all my blood.
Gray duck is a real thing here. I'm Joe with Gray Duck Properties. That is our team name here at Real Broker, and I want to explain gray duck to you. You see, all around the country there is a little kids game known as Duck Duck Goose.
Hell yeah!
Well,
who doesn't know Duck Duck Goose? That's a hood classic, that game.
in Minnesota, we play Duck Duck Gray Duck. Now, we are the only ones that are actually right on that. You see, the game actually originated in Sweden, and the actual translation is Anka Anka Gra Anka, which directly translates to Duck Duck Gray Duck. So we're right, everybody else is wrong, but you will see a lot of different gray duck stuff in Minnesota. There's taverns, there's bars, there's stores, there's restaurants, there's all kinds of different gray duck stuff here, and we really love it. We've really embodied the gray duck culture. Number 8, the cost of living in Minnesota is actually 2.5% less than the national average. So we're definitely not the most expensive state, but we're not the least expensive either. We're actually ranked number 20, so we're kind of right there in the middle. I feel that our economy is so great, there's so many good jobs here, that the cost of living really isn't a major impact on people's lives. Number 9 is our traffic. Now, it does get kind of bad because we do have snowy winters and cold winters. The roads will freeze over, there'll be lots of snow on the ground. Traffic can be really bad. And kind of one of the jokes that we have here in Minnesota is there's really 2 seasons. There's winter and there's construction season. So because a lot of the road construction can't take place over the winter months, all of it happens during the summer months, and it can kind of back things up. You can get detoured a little bit, but there is also a kind of a fun saying in Minnesota that you can really get about anywhere in the Twin Cities within about 20 minutes. You see, we're not a massive metro area, and our traffic isn't that bad, and really it does take about 20 minutes to pretty much get anywhere. Number 10, we're nice. Minnesotans are really nice people, but we're also known to be a little bit passive aggressive. You see, one thing that Minnesotans are known for is they'll give you directions anywhere except to their house. So we're really nice people, but there is a lot of passive aggressive behavior that does happen in Minnesota. No idea why it's become so prevalent here, but those are the top 10 things that you should know before moving to Minnesota.
Well, there we go. There's a little look into Minnesota. Yeah, I remember on a game show that a woman lost because the clue was duck, duck, and she said grey duck. The audience was ruthless with their booking, and no one could believe she didn't know it was goose. That's so fascinating. 11th thing to know, they are essentially Ice Age East California. Wait, what? Oh man, the traffic thing. I live in Florida most of my life, where traffic is absolutely atrocious. Living in Minneapolis now, and the traffic here is nothing. I always laugh when I hear people complain about it because they honestly have no idea. I guess it's just during the winters when, I mean, driving the winters here must be brutal, because you get blizzards and all kinds of things, and the visibility must be terrible. The actual roads, it must be impossible to drive on sometimes. Yeah, there's got to be a lot of accidents relating to Minnesota when it comes to like driving in the winter, which I guess with that, it kind of makes me understand more why there's so many people who drive like big cars in America, like SUVs and stuff, especially like in these regions where obviously you're driving an SUV because you feel safer, but in these regions where it snows more and maybe it's more dangerous to drive, it's just more protection. So it does actually kind of make more sense to me. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. I do want to do a video actually looking at Minnesota in terms of like what it looks like in throughout the state, like the sort of the natural beauty and stuff, but I'll come to that soon. Hopefully you enjoyed, and yeah, until next time, like, subscribe. Peace.